Hey, this is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the AA Word of the Day. The Word of the Day for December 27, 2024, Friday. And the Word of the Day today is problem solving. And the quote is quite as important was the discovery that spiritual principles would solve all my problems. That is from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 42. Through the recovery process described in the Big Book, I have come to realize that the same instructions that work on my alcoholism work on much, much more. Whenever I am angry or frustrated, I consider the matter a manifestation of the main problem within me, alcoholism. As I walk through the steps, my difficulty is usually dealt with long before I reach the 12th, and suggestion is in parentheses. In those difficulties that persist are remedied. When I make an effort to carry the message to someone else, these principles do solve my problems. I have not encountered an exception, and I have been brought to a way of living which is satisfying and useful. And I like that phrase, satisfying, because that implores a it's deeper than happy. It's not as transient. It's, yeah, you can use different words. I'm happy. But that isn't, when you work the steps and you solve a problem, it's very satisfying. And it's useful. It's useful to make your life run more smoothly, to have less chaos. As I mentioned several times earlier, and someone seeing this for the first time won't have known. I used to be in a bowling league up in Rhode Island. The bowling alley was right near my house, and my friend Manny came down as a guest, and he is one of the best bowlers that I ever saw, ever. And he was on my team because we were missing someone. I mean, he could throw it like 35, 40 miles an hour, and just the smashing of the pins, he would get a strike. So he told me he'd get a strike, and he could pretty much say what was going to be a strike. So I took a picture as he was getting the strike. But the guy next to him was also trying for a strike. And that flash of the camera interrupted him. And he happened to be drunk, but he was in the right. I interrupted. I should never have taken the picture the way I took it, focusing the flash was going to go to him. It wasn't done on purpose. When I was drinking, I would do things to get people mad and then kind of, say, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. But this, I didn't even think. And he wanted to fight me. He said he'd beat the shit out of me. And I told him no, I wasn't fighting over a bowling frame. And he just wanted to keep going. And I said, look, I'll get you another pitcher of beer. They were drinking from pitchers. And it just kept going on. And eventually, even his friends saw that, he was being a jerk. And they came over and got him away from my area. And he sat down and started drinking from the mug that I got them, and he seemed satisfied. But I was like him. I was like him. I would never give up on anything. And when I was drinking, I was just a jerk, really. Just if I didn't like someone, I tried to goad them into doing something stupid. And but this wasn't the case. And I really felt bad that I did that. As soon as I did it, I said, "Oh, I should have done that." And so it worked out all right. We both left. I don't. he never said anything to me again, and we're both in the same league, so he might not even have remembered it. But when he went, he usually got drunk. Certain nights they had cheap pitchers of beer, and that's what those guys had. So, following those steps, I didn't let it slide, like say, well, I'll only do something if he's upset about it. I went and apologized, and I felt better about it. He didn't, but I did, and that's how that ended. And certainly, these instructions that we get, our way of living, and practicing this, and I keep going back to in all our affairs. I I'm taping this ahead of Christmas, and I just went to get a lottery ticket, and there was a line. I guess people were getting them for Christmas gifts or whatever, and the line in the store was unbelievably big. And I knew I'd get aggravated because you have some old lady, she want one of these, one of that, be there 15 minutes picking tickets out. So I said, leave and come back tomorrow morning at 7. So when I get up tomorrow morning, I'm going to avoid the problem. I'll probably be the first one there, and I'll get what I wanted and just leave. And so I'm trying to avoid trouble too, which goes to show it works. It works. And, that's pretty much it. Uh, Once we know these steps, once they make internalize them, they become part of us. We use them all the time. We make a judgment. Is this really worth it? I mean, who wants to get in a fight over a lottery ticket? It doesn't take much to push my buttons. I, I was at the same place. I was in line. This is one time I stayed in line. And a lady came in. She said, I'm in a real hurry. Can I get ahead of you? I said, no. Yeah, but I got my car outside. It's parked right over there. I said, well, that's not my fault. I had waited in a line for 45 minutes and I wasn't being a jerk. She was being a jerk by trying to cut in front of me. And she didn't get in front of me and she left swearing at me. So I hope you have a safe and sober December 27th. Uh, don't forget, you can hit like, you can subscribe, and you can even send me a message. I try to answer all my messages. Let me know what if you plan on a sober New Year's Eve. I certainly do. I may get a pizza and stay up till that the lights drop in in Manhattan, and then I'll be in bed. I'm not staying up unless there's something really good on television. So stay safe, stay sober. See you tomorrow.